Once upon a time in the heart of the Red River Delta, there existed an ancient kingdom named Van Lang. Lush green rice fields stretched as far as the eye could see, dotted with villages nestled between misty mountains. In the largest village of them all stood the magnificent palace of the Hung Kings. One day, King Hung the Sixth summoned his 50 sons to announce a contest. He was getting old, and it was time to choose his successor, the next king of Van Lang. Each of his sons would have to prepare an offering to honor both the earth and the sky, and whichever one pleased the gods more would win the contest and become the next king. All the princes set to work immediately, eager to win their father's approval and the chance to rule the kingdom. They were all very talented, each trying to outdo the other with fancy ingredients and elaborate recipes. Meanwhile, Lang Lieu, the youngest of the 50 princes, was known throughout the kingdom for his humility and kindness. He had a big heart and a gentle soul. When his mother passed away, she left him with some words of wisdom that had stayed with him ever since. She told him, "My son, you don't need lots of money to be happy. The most important thing in life is to be a good person." So whenever Lang Lieu cooked, he put a lot of love into his food. But he wasn't sure what to make for the contest. One night, while sitting by a small fire under the moonlight, he suddenly remembered his mom's words. She always told him to stay true to himself and not to try and be someone he thought. He didn't need fancy ingredients or expensive dishes to impress his father. All he needed was his love and respect. As the night went on, an idea started to form in his mind. He would make 2 kinds of sticky rice cake, one to offer to the earth and one to offer to the sky. The next morning, Lang Lieu got up early and went to the fields to harvest rice. He worked hard, moving quickly from plant to plant, tying them together in neat bundles. His strong arms worked steadily, and his face was determined. After the rice, he harvested beans and pork to go with it. He then walked back to the village, carrying his harvest proudly. Meanwhile, his older brothers were preparing their dishes. Some were braising meats with spices, others were carefully frying fish, while some were baking sweet treats. The entire palace was filled with enticing aromas. When Lang Lieu arrived, he saw everything that had been prepared so far. There were roasted pigs, grilled fish, bamboo shoots, candied fruits, steamed rice paper, and many other delicious foods. Lang Lieu couldn't help but feel a bit worried. He wondered if his simple offering would be good enough to please the gods. As the appointed time drew near, Lang Lieu took his offerings to the plaza where everyone had gathered. The judges who were supposed to decide the winner were already there. Lang Lieu stepped forward. With a slight bow, he presented his 2 square-shaped Banh Chung for the earth and round Banh Giay for the sky. He placed them on a simple tray made of bamboo and wood, then respectfully offered them to the judges. The other princes had also brought their offerings forward. Their dishes were displayed on ornate silver and gold trays, piled high with exotic fruits, roasted meats, and delectable sweets. Each dish was designed to impress the judges with its beauty and extravagance. Lang Lieu, with his humble offering of Banh Chung and Banh Giay, seemed almost out of place. Everyone waited patiently for the judges to announce the winner. The first judge reached for the most impressive-looking dish, picked up a piece of candied fruit, and ate it. Then he moved on to the next dish, trying everything with great interest. Finally, he came to Lang Lieu's Banh Chung and Banh Giay. He picked up a piece of Banh Chung and brought it to his nose. He inhaled deeply, savoring the aroma of steamed rice and beans. Then he took a bite. His eyes widened in surprise and delight. The taste was so fresh and delicious, just like Lang Lieu's heart. He continued eating slowly, appreciating each bite. Then he turned to the Banh Giay. He picked it up carefully and broke off a piece. As he ate, a smile spread across his face. He couldn't remember the last time he had tasted such pure and wholesome food. After trying all the other dishes again, The first judge still couldn't forget the taste of Lang Liu's Banh Chung and Banh Giay. He turned to the other judges and said, "I believe we have found the winner. This young prince has shown us that sometimes the simplest things can be the most beautiful." The second judge nodded in agreement. "His heart is pure and his cooking is too. We can see the love and care he put into his food. It truly is a gift." The third judge added, "Not only are the dishes delicious, but they are also symbolic of our culture and values. The square shape of Banh Chung represents the land that sustains us, while the round shape of Banh Giay represents the moon and the sun that give us light and warmth. It's a perfect offering." Everyone applauded, surprised yet happy with the judge's choice. King Han smiled warmly at Lang Liu. He could see that his youngest son had won, not just because of his delicious food, but because of his kind heart and respect for his mother's memory. The king embraced Lang Liu tightly. "You have made me and the judges very happy. You are indeed the winner of this contest." Lang Liu's heart swelled with pride and gratitude. He bowed deeply to his father and the other judges. "Thank you for your trust in me. I promise to do my best to serve our kingdom." Later that day, the whole village came together to celebrate. Villagers shared Banh Chang and Banh Giay, laughing and playing games. Children ran around with sparklers, their laughter echoing through the streets. Drummers played lively tunes, and colorful lanterns glowed against the darkening sky. The spirit of community and togetherness filled the air. At the end of the celebration, Lang Liu went to the top of the mountain to give thanks to the gods. At the mountain altar, he placed the remaining Banh Chung and Banh Giay, watching as the sun rose in the sky. The golden light seemed to shine just a little brighter that day, as if the heavens themselves were pleased with his offering. From then on, Lang Liu became the beloved king of Van Lang, remembered not just for his delicious sticky rice cakes, but for his kindness and humility. And so it was that Banh Chang and Banh Giay became symbols of gratitude to heaven and earth, especially during the Lunar New Year. When people across the country still enjoy these traditional cakes to honor their ancestors and pray for a prosperous year ahead.